Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Mom Dupulikekela, aka Dupstar, and I'm back with another video. I'm going to be talking about a vision board. So I am going to show you my 2022 vision board and how and some of the things that I achieved. And guys, it doesn't matter how big the thing is that you want or how small it is, you can achieve it if you work for it. But first, I'm going to tell you why I do the vision board, and I'm going to give you a testimony of the things of my vision board that I had in 2020, 2014 and 2020. Even though it didn't look like I'd get them or I'd achieve certain stuff. So I am inspired by, even as other great people have recommended, I'm inspired by Habakkuk 2 verse 2. I'll just quickly read it for you. What it says, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So if it says that although it tarries, meaning it takes a long time for you to get what you want or get what you aspire to achieve, it will surely happen. I remember in 2017, we were encouraged, no, 2018 actually, we were encouraged to write down 10 things that we wanted for the year. And I had remembered this scripture in particular, that you must write down your vision. Even if it's 10 things, that's the custom that I do. That's the practice that's the custom I practice, or the practice that I have. When the year starts off, it's not a resolution, it's 10 things that I wish to achieve. And I break it down in terms of each area of my life. What is it that I want to achieve in which area? And then just the 10. But guys, the trick is not everything should be about you. So also with what I would like my family to achieve, or what would I want for other people, I weigh them in there in the 10 stuff. So I do my 10 stuff, and I have an action plan on each one of them as to how I'm going to achieve them. If it's something that I would like for someone else, then I would not only pray, but be of assistance to that person. Or somebody or a friend who's close to me, I wouldn't tell them. Pray, I would write the thing down and then just pray silently, or offer help if I can. Or if it's a family member, it's just that's what I do. So I do that, and I just encourage myself in the scripture to say, even if it takes a long time, I will hold on and I will uphold my faith. So my vision board is over here, my 2020 vision board. But before I show you that, I usually use magazines, like whatever magazine. I know because I worked in the library. I know that some libraries would give away or discount magazines up to 5 rand or 10 rand, and I would just buy them even when I'm home. I remember this other time I bought a lot of Huisgenoot, because you can even use Pinterest if you are not so physical and you like to save some trees. I love magazines, for the life of me, whenever I go into a shop, I remember what happened to Move, closing down during lockdown, COVID, and them not being able to keep their jobs because people had stopped buying and it was hard for them to continue. So I really see it as giving back to people, editors, your writers. And yeah, man, so I love magazines. I buy them whenever, monthly. So I use these magazines to cut out all that I desire or I like, and then I just create an entire vision board and I paste it on my my wall. Yeah. So I've been doing this since 2014. I remember my first vision board was in 2014, and I had my neighbor Precious, and I remember I think we're doing our first years, and we would cut out the things and we do it together, and you know, it was fun. And I was so very ambitious. I think the first thing, I had this red Astra car on my vision board. And I was like, oh, the color of passion. And I just put it up there. And then I had a magazine cover. Believe it or not, I had a magazine cover, guys. I wanted to be on the face of the magazine. And guys, 2 years later, I think in my final year, this actually came true. I was featured in a campus magazine. I can't remember the name for the life of me. I wish I had kept the copy, because I was featured in it for being one of the presenters for Enectus. In my final year, we went to present on the progression of our projects. If you don't know what Enectus is, it's non-profit organizations that brings together students, leaders, and business owners, and from the local community, and we'd help them with their projects. The project has to be in such a nature that it gives back to the community, not only back to the community, but also back to environmentally so, and make you money. And we used to take up those projects, give them a banging name, and assist however we could with other non-profit organizations. So it was a lot of fun. So I was featured in a magazine. I was on the cover, my face. Was I? Or just a mention, but in the magazine, somewhere in page 12 or 14, I can't remember, my face was there, and I submitted a picture of myself, and they had, I think I said a few things, but this was not a surprise to me, because I was also, and I think what gave me confidence is that in high school, I used to write for our high school newspaper. I think I mentioned that in one of my videos. So I was also on it because I won a bronze medal for the Olympics. We had the science Olympic going on, and I remember I typed out my stuff, I could have gotten a silver, but I was so excited. So my face was there. We took a photo, and I appeared in the newspaper. And yeah, so I think that gave me confidence to think that I would even make it on a magazine. And since then, put a magazine in my vision board. Because I used to think, and I knew that the career that I have chosen, I used to think that I would be a communications officer. I would be in the limelight, or I would have to speak on behalf of, because I also had a microphone. And the microphone, yes, I used to have a microphone. I have a microphone in all my vision boards. And this has symbolized influence, because I believe I am the salt of the earth, as Matthew says, and salt gives food flavor. So I gotta influence the food and influence those around me positively, so, and encouraging them. So I think this is one of the platforms that gives me that space to do exactly that, because I feel that it's a purpose for me. So, and also I wanted to be in the choir. I wanted to be in the choir. So I put up a picture of people who are singing, and that signified me being in the worship team, not the choir. I didn't want to be in the choir. I wanted to be in the worship team. My mom was in the choir. So I thought to myself, I don't know how to control my voice. I don't know which voice I sing. And when I sing with someone, I go left. So I need to train my voice. And I remember this guy, my neighbor as well, shut me down. He's like, you don't know how to sing? And I was like, guys, the first day I went to choir, I came back with a certificate. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to people. They will only project. Don't tell people your plans. Oh, I get it now. So looking back, I really do. So I went to choir the first time. I think it was a Saturday, and we had practiced. I had inquired, "Hey guys, when are you practicing?" They're like, "No, come through." And I was very insecure with my voice. And guess what? I went and I killed it. I killed it. And then I got a certificate. Following week, I got uniform. Oh, I was rocking my choir uniform. I'd wash it, I'd iron it. Oh, I had so much fun. So I was in choir for a good, I think, 3 years, 2 years. And I worked so hard, and I later on I went to sing for the worship team that I was a part of at the church I was a part of, and it took a very long time for me to get to sing lead, but eventually it did, because I really wanted to. I felt that it was my ministry, and the vision board really came through for your girl. And then I had somebody graduating on my vision board. I remember distinctly, because that picture was from the magazine Move. And I also had marathon pictures. And guys, the first time I ran a 5 kilometer was in 2017. So imagine I had my vision board in 2013 or 14. I can't really remember. I think it was 2013, my first year. Fast forward 4 years later, or 3 years, that's when I only ran my first marathon. And it was a fun run, and I got a medal. I think I was the last person to make it, but I finished. And that's all that matters to me. When you start something, you finished it. And I had people who were working, and that represented that I'll be working. Pictures of people just working, and I pasted them in there. Fast forward, now let me talk about my vision board. So what I'm essentially trying to say, these things actually do happen. If you pray over your vision board, if you write it down, then they happen. So you must also have faith, and take those small steps that you are required to achieve what you need to achieve, or what you want to achieve. I remember having a conversation with my friend yesterday. I said, TD Jakes like saying, you need to think the thoughts you need to think to get to where you need to go, and to do the things you need to do. So it's a process of thoughts breeding habits, and habits breeding. Yeah, I think you guys know the logical process of all of that. So yeah, I'm very intentional about the things that I want, and working towards the things that I want to get, or I need to get, so that it acts as a stepping stone. So the vision board for me is that. So in the vision board 2020, I remember putting a house there. I was like, boom. And I had bought, there's a magazine called Homeowner, and there's cover page said written homeowner, and for me that represented a house, having a home, having a homely place, because at that point in my life I was staying in around surrounded by four walls. I say 4 walls, and it can be a lot. It can be really daunting, so, and discouraging if you live in your circumstances sometimes when you're trying to achieve something. So you have to rise your thoughts have to rise above where you are. You can't live it, be like, oh, this is where I am. No, your thoughts must elevate your thoughts higher than your circumstances if you want to change. That's why they say, when you want to change anything, or that when you want to lose weight, you have to do what you have never done before. So part of that is challenging the mind. So this is what the vision board is. It's very challenging. I had a car, I had a microphone again for the radio. Oh yes, you guys, I also had a radio in my 2014 vision board, and there were I don't want to say strings pulled for me to get me a radio job, but I really wanted to get into radio. And because I thought, maybe that would be a good stepping stone for my career. But that really never happened. And then I had a picture of people in the workplace laughing, and that for me represented a healthy working environment. I had marathon people again. Legit, I did. And at that time I was running 10, I was running 6 kilometers. I was doing so well. And at that time this was lockdown, and I thought, oh my gosh, it won't happen again. We will be, because lockdown, when it started, it seemed as though we'll never get back to normal. So I really, it inspired me. The vision board acted as an inspiration to say, one day it will happen. This is my vision. Although it tarries, although it takes a long time, it will surely come to pass. You have to, it really helped me to encourage myself. Yeah, I have been at that word, encourage. I had healthy food. Guys, for the first time last year was 2022, I have never eaten so healthy in my life. And I had this healthy eating perspective or willingness in my head. I just couldn't get it. I don't know if between the budget and knowing how to eat and making it fun, I don't know which one was it. By a long shot, I was really struggling. So, but I now get it. Now my iron has never been at its all-time high. Like, this is so weird. You start to eat right, and I was able to give blood. Yeah, and I remember my blood level was very impressive, and for the first time in my life I was able to give blood, so which means I'm eating well. The vision has come to pass. Healthy relationships around me, people just laughing, friends walking around. Book club, I was part of a book club. Eventually that year, my friend plugged me. So in what I'm trying to say is, sometimes the universe, because you pray over this and you have faith that it will happen. God does do the work of attracting or aligning people who would help you. So this is my 2020 vision board. I'm gonna walk you through it. Let's start at the top right. So this is a scale. It represents losing weight. And I lost, up until now, 16 kilograms, you guys. And it wasn't easy. I apologize. My throat is very dry. And I lost 16 kilograms. It was very intentional. And this is the thing. In the beginning of the year, I wrote down to lose this amount of to weigh. I had an inspirational weight goal, and I was like, I want to weigh this much, and it actually happened. And you just continue, and you have faith, and you work towards it. There's a video again. So just keep fighting. And then I just like writing down nice quotes for myself, laugh a little bit more. And then my favorite is what Tumi Maraka said. You see, there is a magazine cover. She says, my success is predetermined, and I have no doubt about it. Mine is to show up and deliver and serve, So it's predetermined, meaning it is going to happen. I am going to be successful in my own right, in my own way. And my measurement of success can only be measured by myself. Achieving my goals, not according to how somebody or someone thinks my success should be or how it ought to be. So, and then there are ladies there. Oh, I love this picture, that are working together. If you check closely, this one has a slight smile. Guys, I'm into smiles, okay? This one. So this is representative of a healthy working relationship that they both have together. And then there's a healthy eating over there and over here. And then there's a picture of a person canoeing. I'd actually like to canoe. I can't swim. I've almost drowned twice in my life. But I would actually like to go canoeing. So that shouldn't stop me. And then happiness is what I think it is. It's not what I always challenge myself to say happiness is something that happens to you. I don't know, but happiness is what I make of it. So I always paint a picture in my head. Whenever I look at my vision board, happiness is what you choose it to be, not the standard, not how it should be, what social media deems it to be. So I always challenge myself to just picture happiness. It just gets me happy. Just to spark a happy mood if I'm not happy. Joyful. Actually, no, I challenge myself sometimes like, nah, let's rather choose joy. Because joy is eternal. I fail. So imagine. Just to challenge myself to imagine. And then that is Sun City. I've never been. I'd like to go. And this is, if you see this, oh yeah, I went this year. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. I went on this thing. And we went to Kruger for the first time. I didn't know we were going to Kruger because I'm so scared of Kruger. And you've seen the video. The elephant charged at us. Yeah, so that happened. Oh my gosh. And this was last year's, but things are happening this year. The year's not over. More could happen. And this is a green couch. I like how those accessories, so that is representative for me, for my house, for my place to be fully finished. Could be anything. And I remember this is a spa treatment. Last year, a friend of mine took me out for a date to go to a spa. It was a spa date, and I'm like, oh, and I had never thought of it. I'd never gotten round to it. Like, a lot was happening in that time of my life, so it was such a wonderful gesture. Journal, guys, we need to journal because you need to declutter your mind. You need to declutter your mind. So let me show you my journal. Just gonna reach for it over here. So this is my journal. I've kept journals since forever. So if you can see, this is me journaling every day, just once a day, usually in the morning or in the evening, journaling the events of the day, what I'm grateful for, 5 things that I'm grateful for. And really, and guys, the challenge is about 5 things that you're grateful for. Even when you don't have the stuff, you actually get them. Oh, it's so weird. No, it's not weird. It's amazing. You get the stuff. Like you say, okay, I'm thankful for this. I'm grateful for the things that you don't want. And you will get them at the end. My lighting is starting to suck. I should finish. There's the microphone again. Influence. Oh, these 2 friends walking together. Oh, and they look like they're having fun, and they're on a vineyard. Hint, hint, buddy. Shouldn't have said that. I just wanted to. And adventure. Oh, I love this. And I would actually like to be in a 2-door convertible and throw my hands like that. And what else? I like this quote: by committing to a single change, the mountain ahead of us is not so big, and so taking each step is much easier. So that for me represents do something, do one thing every single day to get to where you need to go. Guys, the coolest thing on this thing is that there's ladies. If you can see there are ladies skipping there, and that one, you see, she's skipping on the 1 foot. I didn't know how to do that. And guess what? Today I do know how to skip on 1 foot and the other. Oh, imagine what I can do, how I can skip next year. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. I was like, this actually works because I can skip on both my feet, but I couldn't skip on 1 foot. I don't know if it was because of my weight or I was not like fit, but yeah, this actually works. And fitness, she represents fitness for me, and I'd like to, I want to go holiday. Yeah, had to be in there. And then there's a picture of an airplane there. Yeah, I'm scared of heights, and I've never been on an airplane, so one day. And then hiking. These people are hiking. I've only gone hiking a few times back before lockdown. I haven't been this year. I'd actually like to do it, and somebody offered, and I was too busy. But opportunities present themselves, and this guy is influencing on a stage, and I cut out the stage. And this is a beautiful picture of a holiday. Guys, I think you get the essence. And it's not always about the nice stuff, the health as well. Health mentally, health spiritually. So with my 2 cents of encouragement to get you cutting out those pictures, pasting them on the wall. I didn't use an I don't know what this A4. So I just put together some A4s like that, so I could make mine bigger. You can use an A4 if you are not if you want such a huge portrait. But this is just to encourage you to get your vision board, have a family vision board, or have like a friendship vision board. There are all types of these vision boards, but also write them down. Also, go read Habakkuk 2. It's Habakkuk 2 and 3, and see what it says for yourself. And yeah, I wish you nothing but the best. Go write your vision board. I would wish, just go where you can see. If you're a student, go see where you can get magazines for free. Maybe on campus, maybe at the library you can get them, or the library in town, or wherever. Just all the best with your vision board. I hope you achieve what you set out to achieve, what you work hard for. And yeah, so until the next video, bye, have fun.